Welcome to Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live Show. About to get it going here. Going to get through as much as I can. We've got 8 games left. For those of you who were tailing in the video last night, hopefully you got to Miles Turner 13.5 and not 14.5. This is the definition of a hook if you didn't. So he ended with 14. We got that in early. He sucked, whatever. I didn't see his outfit before I bet on Miles Turner. Obviously, it was last night, so I didn't know he was going to come to the game today looking like I don't know who you would consider someone's grandma, I guess, something like that. But it was a weird outfit. Miles Turner known for that. Either way, he cashed. So we're 1-0 on the day. We're playing with some house money at least. And we're going to get into the bets that I've got here looking forward. I've got one bet on the card. We got so much injury news going right now that it's really going to be a show based on what are we getting in terms of the injury reports and stuff like that. We just got Franz listed in. So he's going to be playing for Orlando. I don't know if Cole Anthony was listed out. There's so much to look at real quick. So, I mean, we're going to be looking at that. Honestly, David is definitely going to be interrupting the show, I would imagine. I mean, hopefully we keep getting news. Yeah, nothing on Cole Anthony. He's still questionable. A couple guys we know are out for that game. I'm honestly just going to pull my Twitter feed over here and share that with you guys and get into it right now. If you are jumping in, excuse me. If you are jumping in, go ahead and give that video a like. And if you do want to subscribe to the page, that way you don't make sure you don't miss any of these episodes coming out the night before. So we got a 3-game slate tomorrow. Going to be bringing up that video tonight with an episode looking at tomorrow. And then we'll be back with the live show tomorrow as well, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, as we do every day. So appreciate you guys. Going to give everybody the opportunity up front to let you know if you do want to jump in right now, the deal running for the VIP Discord, up 45 units on the season. If you do want to get in for a free month, go ahead and sign up for any of the books that are scrolling underneath me. They're also listed in the description of the video. Use code LYB. Then go ahead and send me a screenshot showing me the proof that you signed up and got your free money and your bonus bets and whatever. And you can hit me up at JL Boogie on Twitter or Discord. That's where you can send that screenshot showing me that you signed up for one of those books. But hit me up if you have any questions. Last night, I ended up losing 1.3 units because I put a stupid bet down on Jaylen Brown, which was stupid. To be very clear, it was fucking stupid. The reason that was so stupid is they were playing all of the backups. He still does really well when Kristaps and Al Horford are not on the floor. Gets about 9 boards per 36 minutes. So I would do this in a regular game, but this wasn't a regular game. And to ask him to hustle, this is like their 5th game in 7 nights for Boston tonight. So keep that in mind for those of y'all that want to hit Boston. 5th game in 7 nights for them as they take on the Lake Show tonight. So that's not a good situation to be in. We're getting them in a primetime game with no rest, but everybody's playing for the Celtics. So either way, Jaylen Brown was dumb. Isaiah Collier let us down for the first time. Donovan Mitchell, the takeaway for those of you guys that missed the episode with me going over this. Isaiah Collier, we're going to keep betting on. Love that dude. A total steal for the Jazz where they got him in the first round. But Donnie Mitchell, Amin Thompson is the takeaway there. What a fucking player, dude. Amin Thompson locked Donnie up in the 4th quarter. They didn't really have Amin guarding him earlier in the game. Then they put Amin on him, and Donnie's production just went down. Plus, sometimes he's just lazy on offense. Anyway, it was a good bet at 24.5. He just didn't come through, had 19 going into the 4th. Ryan Dunn missed layup after open shot after layup. We're stepping away from the rook for a minute. Let's give him some time to get good at basketball. Then we'll bet on Ryan Dunn maybe in the future. And then Nick Smith, man, I mean, what are we doing? Why is Nick Smith not playing garbage time and LaMelo Ball is playing garbage time? I guess in part because LaMelo's not playing tonight, I believe, or not tonight, or maybe it's tomorrow. He's already getting ruled out. So they're going to play probably a lot of Nick Smith tomorrow, whatever. That's how we did, just to let you know. So we're up the 44.7. So 45 units on the season, looking to build on that today with this slate. So I'm not going to waste any more time talking about that stuff. Let's get right into what we've got. I'm going to start sharing my screen. You know, we're going to be using Props Madness. For those of y'all that have not used it yet, highly recommend. Also want to give you guys that reminder as well that if you don't yet have an access to Props Madness, you can get that using code LYB, 25% off. And you can also get a free trial on this stuff if you're interested for 7 days. So any questions about Props Madness, throw it in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions about any of the tools that I'm using. All of them are listed in the description of the video. So you will be able to get access to those, and then hit me up, like I said, if you need any help with any of the how to use these tools. All right. First game that we're looking at, because we got to go in a little bit of order here, but David's going to keep us on track. We do have Franz Wagner in. I don't know what to do with his minutes. This becomes kind of a stay away, to be honest. Like, I mean, maybe you want to take some boards for a guy like Wendell or for Paolo. I think both of them actually probably on the rebounds are somewhat available. 7.5 now. So this stuff's probably getting reconfigured now that we've got the official Franz news in there. So we got to see. about the boards. We've got this at 7.5 on the fake books, 9.5 on MGM. So this will probably be at about 7.5 for Paolo. There's not enough of a sample size this season to really know how he's going to play with Franz back out there with him. I don't know how many minutes Franz is playing. Cole Anthony is still questionable. Wendell Carter, I would consider his boards. I don't know who's playing. I don't know if DeAndre Ayton is playing for Portland either. And if I'm lying to you about any of this stuff because news is coming out while I'm talking to you, let me know, please. All right, so DeAndre Ayton's out. Yeah, as I'm talking
actually
about.
Did.
Yeah, all right.
So Robert Williams will start for injured DeAndre Ayton.
Yep, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so then DeAndre Ayton's out, so we got Rob Will in. And my first thought is like, okay, well, yeah, I can go to the rebounds because Rob Will, I don't think we're still going to get that many minutes from. But what's up with Denny? Let's go back to Denny for a minute. I've been eyeing his boards. Yeah, I should have taken them. I didn't know if Ayton was going to be listed in or out. And now that he's out, we're getting them at 7.5. In these last few games, Denny's at 15 rebound chances, 12, 10. So I don't really think it matters if Jeremy Grant's on the floor. I guess that really matters is how many minutes is he playing. And he's getting a minimum of 35 these days. Let's put Denny up at about 32 for a minute. Let's do 32 minutes to like 36 and see what that does for us. When Denny's played 32 to 36 minutes, he's at about 8.7 boards per game, 5 out of 7. Man, they lost by 22 to the 76ers. That would have been a good game to get boards, too. Lost by 8 to Mini or LAL. These are close games, too. I think this is going to be relatively close tonight. So I don't think we got to worry about Denny in a blowout. I'm still liking his rebounds. I'm just not liking the value that we lost on him. So I'm going to wait for those to come back. We also need to know about Anthony Simons as well. I don't think we got the official update on him. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He is going to play. My bad. So Anthony Simons is going to play as well. And now we're getting the minutes limit here on Paolo. Paolo is going to play about 30 to 32 minutes on Thursday. So this is a shit show, man. I'm honestly not sure what to do with this right now. I'm going to need things to settle before we can come back to this game. Let's move it to the next one for a minute. Let's get to Toronto, Atlanta, two teams that are just rockets on defense, just total juggernauts on defense. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic. This is going to be, what's the total on this one now? Let me see. Let's get the total over here. Also want to make sure you guys know, this is not what I was trying to do. Want to make sure you guys know, I'll pull up hashtag basketball as well in a second. What's the total on this game? Definitely want to know how many points they're expected. 237. All right. Hasn't really moved from the opening line of 237. So this seems pretty accurate. I mean, high 230s for two teams not playing defense seems pretty reasonable. I think Ochai Agbaji is going to be back as well for the Raptors. Let's see if I'm going to pull up the actual injury report and just run through it real quick. And I forgot. I know Portland is on the second leg of back-to-back. For Toronto, let me see real quick. This is hashtag basketball. This is going to be a really solid format and layout for how you can see who's playing which games when, whatever. So the Raptors are playing, let's see, this is Thursday right here. So they're playing today, and then they're not playing tomorrow. Okay, so they're not a back-to-back. But a lot of these teams, you can see if I pull up Wednesday and Thursday, these are all of the teams on a back-to-back who played last night and are now playing tonight as well. So keep that in mind while you're looking at stuff. As far as the injury report goes, this is the official NBA injury report, updating once an hour on the half hour. And obviously, this is not as updated as it could be. So this news came out right after the update to the NBA. So now we need to wait another hour for that to be accurate. Whatever. For the Raptors and, well, maybe the Raptors and the Hawks are accurate. I don't know why I'm going right past it. All right, so we still have Ochai questionable. I think he's going to play. IQ obviously is out, and then Clint is out over here, and then Risa Shea and Larry Nance Jr. So we're definitely going to see some pretty good Okongwu minutes, I would imagine, in this one tonight, based on the fact that they don't have Clint, and now they're bringing up, I think, Dominic Barlow. For all those that are big Dominic Barlow fans out there, you'll be able to watch him play tonight. I know people have been eager to see those Dominic Barlow fucking minutes on a game in the NBA. So let's see for the Hawks then. They're going up against the Raps. I liked assists for Scotty. I think that's gone. If Mark M is in the chat, can you please let us know if we should be betting on Vic Krejci? That's like 4 hits in a row for Mark, who I believe is a Hawks fan. So Mark, if you're in the chat, you came back in the comments and let me know you got the that you were right about the Vic Krejci thing. Let me know about that. Is that true, Cody? When I talk shit on the Raptors, do they start winning? All right, I can definitely, I got some shit to talk if you want, specifically on your man Pirtle, who obviously let us down last game. Now we're coming back with him going up against Okongwu. Let me start with Scotty. His assists are super nuked, right? This opened at 5.5, bro, and now he's at 6.5. So Wendell, yeah, I like the assist look for Wendell. I did like it more before I knew that Franz was back. That's the only problem is like, I don't know how Franz really fits into this. And Wendell Carter's usage is going to plummet as soon as they have any, I think they're not giving Wendell the amount of time and touches that he's getting because they want to. They're doing it because they have to at this point. So that's what scares me about the Wendell stuff. But let me come back to that game. This one for Toronto, Atlanta. Scotty on the dimes. On the rebounds. The problem is like you guys have good talent, Cody. So I can't just straight talk shit on you guys because there's talented players on this team. They just don't play very often and they're very hurt and they kind of seem like they're tanking right now. But the rebounds for Scotty 7.5, the assists are 6.5. So the RA is gone. It's 14.5 juiced. The dimes for Scotty to get 8 of them is at plus money, but I'm sure it's, what is it? Let's see, the best place for let's at least look on DK for a second. What the Scotty. Nope, sorry. Scotty dimes are all right. Pull up the Raptors team because like this worked like a charm yesterday for Cade, right? Like this, he made us wait a bit, but he had like 16 potential assists in that game yesterday, and that's kind of the what I'm expecting here from Scotty. 2 similarly styled players as well. This is points going over to dimes. I know we said it's plus money for him to get 8 of them. What kind of plus 8? Plus 125. That's true. We know someone's going to come after me if I should dare to bet on Jakob Poeltl because he sucks apparently, even though, I mean, whatever. The best season of his career this year, but Scotty 8 plus I don't know why it wouldn't talk to me tonight just because, this team is bad on defense for the Hawks. I guess it's because I lost the value and we got it at 5.5 for minus 105 yesterday. And that's just really starting to just itches at me. I hate it that I'm going to be getting such bad value one day later. I'm going to have to get like 2 more assists to get my prop. Not sure if I'm there with it. Bogey has not played worth shit, honestly. I don't know if we can bank on 28 minutes for Bogey in the back-to-back, right? This is a back-to-back with a guy that I thought we were going to get a questionable tag for Bogey. So I don't know if I really would be supporting him. I'd be looking at Vit a bit more. Yeah, I wonder if it's related to Capella getting out, but I feel like I missed the boat a little bit on Vit. And he only took 6 shots yesterday. That's the other thing. Like, I know he's been hitting, but he went 3 for 5 from 3, and I don't really want to have to bank on him to do that again today. So when you have everybody out here like DeAndre and Jalen Johnson, you kind of lose me on the Vit Krejci. I don't know that you bank on him getting more minutes because of Capella being out. The two aren't necessarily directly related. Like Jalen Johnson, Okongwu, those are the bigs. Vit's definitely much more of like a shooting guard into the small forward role. So I'm not sure how I feel about him today. But if Mark M came out here and said to hit it, then I would probably stay off of it, let y'all hit it, and then get after it. All right, let me do it this way. Jalen Johnson, I'm going to go over to FanDuel Fantasy Pros. I'm going to see about how this Toronto team defends power forward rebounds. Pretty bad against them. What about the points? Didn't see that. Yeah, I figured they weren't too good at it. They don't really have a true power forward with Scotty playing the way he does. And then they got Poeltl, Dick, and RJ. And then we're not going to see Jakob. I think we're going to see a lot more Davion Mitchell, actually. This is the last look for this game for me. And then David telling us to move on. I think Davion Mitchell plays a lot of minutes. What's his head-to-head numbers real quick? Because I think he's guarding Trey. So if he's guarding Trey, then I do project him for a few more minutes tonight. Let's see what the dimes are at. 4.5. Let's say he plays 25 plus minutes. And let me do this with Scotty in. Let's see if I take IQ out. What this looks like. Not great. Still not great, even at 25 plus minutes. It's a great matchup for him if he's going to be playing minutes, but we could see a lot of Bruce. I don't know how to break down this rotation the more I'm looking at it, to be honest. Jalen Johnson can't shoot right now. He has a bad shoulder. This continues to be too high for me, but let me see about the other stats for him. This is 4.5 for plus money, and then the boards are at 10.5 now. You can't even get 9.5 on the rebounds. Yeah, what's the double number at for Jalen Johnson, chat? Whoever just brought that my way. Let me know what you think. I'm going to move on for now so I can at least touch on all of these games as much as possible. Quick reminder, I'm going to go over to Heat, Bucks, and as we do that, give this video a like if you have not yet, as well as check out the sports books that are scrolling underneath me. If you would like to get in on the action here, you can get a free month in the VIP. Sign up for any of the books that you see scrolling there. They're in the description of the video as well. Sign up for any of them. Send me a screenshot on Twitter or Discord letting me know that you signed up for them. It's at JL Boogie, and I'll get you that free month in the VIP. It's code LYB everywhere. Just do that, and you will get that free month in the VIP. Up 44.7 units for those who want to be sticklers about it. Let me get to what do we got next? Which way should I be going here? Oh, wait, Bucks and Heat. All right, let's pull up Bucks and Heat. And this game is postponed, by the way, to later in the day. This is going to be an 8:30 p.m. Eastern time tip because the Bucks had trouble getting back home in the snow to Milwaukee. So this game, Heat and Bucks. And Free Sauce likes to look for Brolo dimes. I can start there because I don't have a bet in this game. We got to talk about Kel'el Ware. Brolo's been getting some dimes, huh? Wonder what that's about. Head-to-head last game, he had one of them. I'm kind of intrigued on the boards too, to be honest, because we know that this Heat team gives up boards hella. So they juice his shit. They got it 5.5. Yeah, I got to go hella fast today, Henry. And I do have maybe even a slight more than a touch of the ADDs. But yeah, I got to keep it moving today because I've got plenty of work to do here to make sure I'm finding these plays for the VIP people. I mean, those who are paying me to make sure that we win, I got to stay true to that. So I'm going to have to get off in a little bit to get through that. So I want to get through some of this stuff as much as possible. If y'all do have questions, David's bringing them up for us in the comments so that we can see what you guys want to look at too. So keep them coming. We'll get to as many of these as I can. But if I'm not going to spend too much time diving into one or two plays, David's keeping me moving. You'll see the alarm clock come up every roughly like 6-7 minutes or so that we can keep things going and I don't just get bogged down, as one does with the ADD. So for Miami and Milwaukee, Brolo, I don't mind the RA. What are those at? Right quick. Head-to-head earlier this season. Yeah, so the RA is at 7.5. He only had 2 boards and 3 dimes. They won by 3. I don't love adding the rebounds, to be honest. And I know you're talking about the assists. I would also be considering the 3s for Brolo because of the drop defense that Bam plays. So when you get Brolo playing drop D, the 3s are usually a look. So he made 3 of them on just 3 attempts, though, last game. I don't think 1.5 at minus 135 is a look for me for Brolo on the 3s. Even last year against this squad, yeah, it's not really like a system play here just because Bam does play that drop D. And we're going to probably see some more Kel'el Ware on Brook Lopez in this game. So let's just talk about that man for a minute. We laddered him up to 20 points last game. That worked like a charm. The only thing we have going for us to be able to look at Kel'el Ware stats and go, should we be betting on the Rook? First of all, Prop Bomb put it out there, I believe on Twitter even, that he took Kel'el Ware Rookie of the Year. I don't know if that's there at this point right now. You can leave that David up, David, if you want. People are asking about it. It's not going to distract me at all. But the Kel'el Ware stuff, so minutes, it's just really minutes. So let's say, I mean, yes, he's playing 30 now. I'm hesitant to just give him 30 every night. But he's only played 25 3 times, and that was 30, and that's been in the last 3 games since he started, since he's been in the starting lineup. So yeah, he did it against the Clips. That was without Jimmy and Bam, but then these two had Bam, and there's no Jimmy. Tyler Herro is playing in this game, though. We should take that into consideration. Do you have that up off the top of your head, David? Is Tyler Herro in fact playing?
Let me just double check.
Yeah. No worries. I'm looking to, I might even pass it, but I'm pretty sure there was a note that came in that he is going to be available. Yeah, it's fucking buried, man. Yeah, I'll let you find that if you can. Okay. But I believe that we are going to see Herro in this game. He's got the props up. And so we're talking about, yeah, I mean, Tyler's definitely the dude with Jimmy out. This is a situation against Milwaukee, where pick and roll ball handlers are scoring the 6th most. They're giving up the 6th most points to pick and roll ball handlers here for the Bucks. So that is attackable because if he's pulling up, then yeah, if you're a pull up shooter, you're going to be pretty good to go. What are his dimes at? 4.5. So let's see. Games without Jimmy this season. Games without Jimmy, the dimes look pretty sexy. 4.5. But yeah, you got to take it for bad money, or you got to juice it up to 5.5. Something like Tyler Herro, 20 and 4 assists, though. If you can get that for plus money, that seems like a good play. The points, he has been going off without Jimmy as of late. I will say that. Overall in the season at 24.9 points, 20, you can get 22.5. That intrigues me at minus 115. Numbers, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Eiler Herro is going to play.
My bad.
No, you're good. I get made fun of for my typos all the time.
It's his twin brother.
Yeah, that's right. His twin brother. Yeah. The one with all the basketball skills, and Tyler Herro didn't get them, I guess. So for Eiler, 23.5, but you can get 22, man. I mean, what are we doing here? What's this discrepancy? Let me look at FanDuel real quick and see what's up with some Tyler Herro. I do like adding the dimes for him as well. Sorry, I know I have the ADD. What's the assist against for the Bucks here? They are 8th limiting assists on the season, so they're actually not giving up that many dimes. I'm looking at point guard assists for them real quick. Yeah, they're actually limiting assists to a pretty good degree here. It's because they give up shots off the pull-up, not the spot up nearly as, or the catch and shoot nearly as much. So that's a big reason for that. So Herro would be better on the points. Let me see real quick. Has he played this team this year? Has he played them with? Yeah, he did play them with Jimmy. This was in the end of November. 18 points on 14 shots in 40 minutes. That ain't great. Here's the last thing I'm doing for Herro, because he is somebody that now has my attention. I'm going to pull up my NBA Fantasy Labs stuff here. You guys have seen me use this a little bit. Also linked in the description of the video. Totally free. Everything you see me using on this site is going to be free. What I want to do here is go to the Miami Heat. I want to put Tyler Herro on court and see what his numbers are with Jimmy off court. Thank you for that. And has got the twos for us. So I'm putting off court Jimmy buckets. Who else is missing for this fucking franchise? I think that's it for today that I would care about. Maybe there's no Drew Smith. I don't give a shit about that. Let's put Tyler on court with Bam. And I believe, who knows who's going to start for them for now. I guess I don't really care that much, because if it's Tyler Herro on court and I've got Bam, then I know that I've got the bulk of this covered. Like, he's not really worried about passing to other people. So I'm making these minutes standard. So what I've got here is what happens. What do Tyler Herro and Bam do when they're on the court without Jimmy Butler this season? And Tyler's at about 18 shots per game, 18 shots per 36 minutes, and 24 points per 26 minutes. So he's the second line down right here. So you can just look across and see what his numbers look like. Bam is at 16, 9, almost 10 boards per 36. I think you bank on them playing 36 minutes if they can avoid getting blown out, because they just got blown out by the Trailblazers. Like, do we trust them to get blown out here? So I think, I got to move on, as David's letting us know, but 22.5 for Tyler Herro does feel like a bet, to be honest. I think I'm going to get that up. Also, he's from Wisconsin. This game's in Milwaukee, right? Yeah. This game's definitely Milwaukee. Do they still have it, or do they put it down here? Yeah, this game's definitely Milwaukee. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. He's popping off in Milwaukee, right? Milwaukee. Okay, there we go. I got all I need to know. 22.5 for Tyler. Let me just see if it's any better on FanDuel, and then that's going to be a bet for us as the premier scorer for this squad tonight in a pretty good matchup for his type of player. Sorry, going to player points. Tyler, need a Herro. Player points. Thank you. Tyler Herro's. Yeah, 23. Okay, 22.5 over that on Bet365. The question is, would I play this at 23.5? I know that is the question now. And most books are going to only have 23.5. So that's what y'all are going to ask me. And that's the answer that I don't want to have to give you right now, because I have to get this bet in, and then I'll tell you. And I have to look at the odds here to see what we get. So I'm adding this to my card. All right. So we got Herro for over 22.5 points. If I didn't mention it earlier, I do have PJ Washington on my card as well. He is, I got his points and rebounds over. I know I skipped over some stuff, and I will be coming to that. So I know, man. I know. I hate it. But, like, all right. So 23.5. Would you play this? He's at 24 on the season, minus 115. Put this into the calculator. 23.5. Looks like you're getting about a 13% edge if you take 23.5 at minus 115. I say you don't want anything unless you have a 10% edge at the very least. I won't even consider it if I don't have that edge. You have a slight edge. You have enough of an edge that I would bet it. If you like the matchup as much as I do, then you still have a good bet for sure on the 23.5. So if y'all still do want to play that without This is with Jimmy. Let's do once again without Jimmy. A little bit better on the numbers when Jimmy's been out this season, in part because he's just a freaking distraction, honestly, if we're being honest. So 25, you do get a little bit more of an edge. With Jimmy out, I think 23.5 at minus 115 is playable. God help me and everyone I love if that ends up on 23 points for you, Tyler Herro. God help you. All right. Cool. All right, got Herro in there. As for this game, you already called me off this game for sure. Kel'el Ware, though, Kel'el Ware, it's just such a bad matchup. I mean, I really want to bet on Kel'el Ware again. What are his points and rebounds at? 23.5, so it's dropping a little bit. Let's see what the market does to that. This game's starting late, so I'm going to come back to it. All right, we are on the Thunder and the Mavs. I did tell you that I got that PJ Washington bet in over points and rebounds. I got that at 21.5 as soon as I saw that we were going to have a bunch of dudes out. Najee Marshall out for this team. Who else got ruled out? A bunch of other dudes as well that are now not playing their official out tags for Dallas. So Hardy's out. Lively's might miss the season. Najee, Dwight Powell, Clay. All three of those dudes at the bottom here are out for the Mavs. So we are looking at PJ over 21.5 PR. I said I would play that 22.5 minus 115 is where I stopped that bet. Over 19 points, like on an alt line, right, TG? If you're looking at him at 19 points, I would need to know what the odds are. But I mean, maybe. I like the boards better for PJ in this game where it's him and Gafford down low at this point with like 15 minutes for Maxi Kleber. You're not going to see much Maxi Kleber tonight. And other than that, we've got Olivier Maxence Prosper, the French rook, or is he a second-year player at this point? I can't remember now. He might be a rook. He's still got a future, but he's not going to be doing much this today. So yeah, if you got the PJ double and you like that for the board, like, because I do like the boards a bit more, go for it. He's not a guy I'm trying to sink a ton of units into for PJ Washington, to be honest. He's been on my no bet list with his inconsistency, but now he's got to play 36 minutes. And the thing I like about PJ too, if you do want to go double, he's a similar player type to John Collins. And that's why we bet on John Collins yesterday, was because he is the perfect player type against the Thunder, because he's a very good rebounder and he's versatile enough to play the small ball 5. And that's PJ Washington, is that he's going to be getting a good amount, I would imagine, of small ball 5 when Gafford needs a break. Gafford's probably worth a look too. That's kind of my next point of emphasis here. Yeah, the Gafford double. The thing that scares me about Gafford is, does he get played off the floor? And I don't know if he will, to be honest. I think they've given Lively a bit more than him. Zeke likes Grimes on the rebounds and assists. Yeah, Grimes, I like to do the dirty work, the grimy work for sure. It's a perfect name for this dude. Yeah, Grimy Grimes. That had to be a nickname growing up. The RA, he's just really inconsistent with his like involvement, honestly. I mean, the points I wouldn't touch unless he decides to go off from 3, but he's like rarely looking for his shot. Then the rebounds and assists. He didn't get this yesterday. The Wolves are better, but yeah, I don't think I'd be adding the assists for Quentin Grimes. I wouldn't be adding the assists for many people. The fact that Kyrie's playing is a look too, but just finishing up the Gafford point real quick. Probably just be going double. That's the only thing. I think you can get that for even money. If you're going to take Gafford, I'd be going double. I wouldn't be looking at trying to take individual props for him. If he's going to do well, you're going to get value on 10 points and 10 boards. And I'd be pretty scared of him getting too many points. Like, what's he need? 15 points in this game? I wouldn't be taking Gafford for 15 points. He can't score unless he gets a tip in or somebody gives him a lob and he's taking 11 shot. Yeah, we're good on that. So let me at least take a quick gander at the Thunder as well. I don't know if you guys know, SGA is really good at basketball. He had 54 points yesterday. I think he's like the second player ever to lead his team in points, rebounds, offensive rebounds. Might have been dimes too. Fucking killer. But what would I be looking at for this one? Honestly, this is why this is where I can't be spending too much time, to be honest. I don't really have an advantage on too much there. Let me at least jump into the comments for a minute. I know I've been ignoring y'all for a minute, but Free Sauce likes Lou Dort dimes. This is, since you're asking real quick, this is propsmadness.com. Brought that up earlier too. If anybody doesn't have this, you can get a free trial to use this site. Best thing about it, besides you get all this obviously great, the game chart, whatever, you can take advanced filters and filter things by any kind of category or stat that you want to. That's super helpful. And then at the bottom here, you'll see they've got this shot chart showing you the players' tendencies where they shoot from and the defense where they are good and bad against. And then also super awesome is the play type analysis. So those are the three things that come into play. Play type analysis here shows you what are the plays that this dude scores off of and how does that defense rank against that play. All info that you can get off like NBA stats page, but they put it into one nice little section right here for you that's really, really easy to read, nice and colorful for all of us who like some colors. All right, so I don't know if I'm going to have much else for this because this should be a blowout as well. Yeah, for sure. He should be good. If he's getting the minutes, Mike, then Gafford should be good to go on the boards. And that's why the double-double is a lot safer of a play than taking just over on the points or the rebounds by themselves. Worth a look. Yeah, King Wizard. I think the double-double. What's the 10-plus boards for PJ? That's what I'd be looking at, too. You might get better odds for just 10-plus boards, and I don't think anybody plans on him getting 10-plus assists. So Kings and Nuggets. As we scroll over, definitely make sure to give that video a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not yet done so to that YouTube page so that you can make sure that you don't miss any of the episodes coming out like tonight for tomorrow's slate. And then anytime we go live, get that notifications on as well so you don't miss the live when we do go with it. Going to be coming back on Saturday at 1:30. What is it for y'all? Sorry, 4:30 p.m. Eastern as we all hail Eastern time zone. 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So 1 hour earlier on Saturdays. And that's what we're going to be doing. We got 14 games on Saturday because the NBA and all of its genius actually did make sure that they don't have any games on Sunday except for one, which is Portland with Oklahoma City. And I don't know if anybody that you've heard of playing basketball is going to be playing in that game. So anyway, 14 games on Saturday, 5:30 or 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday for the show. All right, Kangs, Nuggets. Something interesting here. I see what you've seen. Go see Mike come up a couple of times. He's one of the VIP cappers. This is a look that I feel like Mike would have. I'm considering the first quarter, and this I didn't come up with this. Someone threw this my way, and I think it's interesting. I'm looking at potential first quarter bets for the Nuggets. You've got a team that's coming off of a back-to-back where they had to come back. Like it took everything to come back against the Dubs last night. And then you've got them going into high altitude now on short rest. Mike probably knows what time their plan landed because he has that kind of info. And when you look at that, you see they didn't have much time to rest. -2.5 first quarter for the Nuggets feels like a bet, to be honest. In fact, I think I'm going to get that in. If we're looking at it, like they're healthy, they've got their rotation set. They've got Ego coming off the bench. The Kings are coming off a real tough one. I feel like it's going to be harder for them to get their legs right early, and then maybe they get into the flow of the game. But that's going to be a bet. Let's put that up, Mike. I haven't put anything like this up on the live yet, but I'm going -2.5 for the Kings or the Nuggets rather on the first quarter line there. And you might be able to get that at a better number as well. So make sure you are checking that. I'm just going to do it real quick. I'm just going to look between these two. I know that there's other sites I could use to get there. But I like -2.5 first quarter on the first quarter bet here for our Nuggets, who are coming alive, by the way. First quarter spread, -2.5, -114. Over here, it's -115. Let's just take the -114 on FanDuel. I think that's going to be the best that we're getting here. -2.5. Q1 spread is -114 -114 on FanDuel. All right, let's get it. All right. Ooh, they are losing sleep. They're going east, right? So they are losing sleep. Ooh, and you can apparently get this for -105 on Bet365. Yeah. Yeah, if you can get that for -105, okay. Let me see if I got mine in already. Okay, no, I didn't. So you can get that -105 on Bet365. I'm getting that right now as well. All right, let's keep it rolling and get a couple of things. But yeah, I love this -2.5. Like I was saying, I got to put the analysis in this later, but yeah, I think we're all on the same page here. I see a couple guys in the VIP chat also talking about that. And Mike, you know this is your type of look, Mike, right? Like I know you know what time the plan landed, bro. Okay, we got an auto bet here. This is not a bad look. Crank Zone. I mean, Crank Zone is basically a VIP capper at this point, right? Like let's just skip the niceties here. This dude is doing the work and putting the work in. So I appreciate you jumping in and blessing our stream, as I also know you're a whore and you go to all the streams, which is fine. I'm not jealous. I'm just saying you're very very helpful. So we appreciate you, bro. So yeah, I think the Joker triple double, it always comes down to the dimes. Do you like him to get 10 assists because he's getting 10 rebounds and 10 points just as much as we're all going to die and have to pay taxes? So I would continue to just keep the assists in mind. And if you're getting a good number for the triple double, that's like, what is it, plus 120? Maybe if you're lucky, probably like plus 110. What's he done against this squad as far as he got the triple double last game against them. What did Domas give it right back to him is the question in this last game where they played head to head. Voice is cracking. Yeah, he gave it right back. 28, 14, and 6 dimes. Mike, should we not be playing Domas points? Right? Or combine rebounds and assists for Domas is how you want to play that one. I see you. I just love the points against Jokic. We're finally getting 13.5. Don't just take TD straight up. You're saying combine the points, rebounds, and assists together as like a prop where you're like 25, 10, and 10 or something like that, or 10 and 10 or whatever. But I can see what you're saying. So a little bit of a same game parlay. But are you saying for Jokic? I meant to go back to Jokic. You're saying for Jokic, combine the rebounds and assists, which what's the rebounds at? 12.5. So just parlay the two props together. That'll get you better juice than other stuff. I just can't get away from the points for Domas as well. What has he done against them last season head to head on the points? I know it's different too, but so yeah, 4 games actually went under pretty consistently. Last year was averaging 19 points a game. This year he's up to 20 this season too. Okay. And then plus 125 for Jokic. It's better odds than the actual touchdown, the triple double. When you combine the rebounds and assists and parlay them together, you get plus 125. That's clever. That's a good way to find stuff. Points. Do we take the boards too? I mean, these are actually low for a man who's averaging 14 boards. He's had a 15.5 rebound prop. That's what it was against the Dubs. Dropping this down too, but the thing here is like Denver is weirdly giving up a good amount of rebounds to centers this season, where they had like 6th most rebounds to the opposing centers on the season. So that's a consideration. Let's see. So what about the points again against Denver? I think they're actually a little bit better. No, they're giving up points too. They're middle of the pack, a little bit worse than middle of the pack when it comes to center points. Interesting. All right. I'm not going to take too much more of our time here. As far as I like that first quarter bet, so I'm glad I at least got something on the card for you guys. And I'm not going to do quite the same level of deep dive on this one. I'm happy. Like I have full confidence in the bets that we got from Crank Zone and a couple other looks here from this game. But yeah, going to keep it moving. We got like 3 more, and that's the timer. All right. So we got Celtics, Lakers, and everybody playing. So as we switch over to this game, one more reminder, go ahead and give that video a like if you have not yet done so. If you do want to jump into the VIP Discord as well, up 45 units on the season, go ahead and sign up for any of the sports books you see scrolling beneath me here, also listed in the description of the video. Sign up, use code LYB, and then send me a screenshot on Discord or Twitter. It's at JL Boogie, and that'll get you a free month in the VIP. We'll chat it up, and I'll get you hooked up there. So keep all that in mind. Let's move on to what did I just say? The next game was here. Was it Boston? Thank you, sir. Boston, LAL. We got everybody playing. Like I said, this comes into handy. I'm just going to go to the hashtag basketball for a minute and pull up Boston, and you can see for Boston here, they played 1, 2, 3. This is their 3rd game and 4th nights. If you go back to last week, you can also see they played so it was Friday, Saturday, Monday, and then into this week, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday is their lineup right now. And then another one on Monday. But like, this is brutal for Boston. They're good on the West Coast stretch. I really don't want to just like take a bet against them essentially. But I do think that this is going to be some ways to bet against the Lake Show. So what do we, or the Celtics here? So what do we like? I think we do need to at least take this Zinger in the first quarter. Is it still 4.5? That's a good look. We smashed that last time. That was an easy win. He got 8 in the last game. He is cruising over this. You're seeing 4.5 on Bet365, and it's already 6.5 on DK. Yeah, minus 130. I think you just got to hit that on principle, man. Four shots, two free throws. 4 shots, 2 free throws. 3 shots, 6 shots. Yeah, and in these games, everybody's playing. Yeah, none of these games are missing anybody for Kristaps. They look to get him going early. I think you just got to play 4.5 on principle here. So let's get that. I don't care about the minus 130. I'm fine with that. Thank you, Crank Zone, for the reminder there to look right at the Kristaps first corner points. So we're adding that to the card. I told you he knows what he's talking about. Like, I wasn't just making it up. Kristaps Porzingis over 5 Q1 points. Becoming somewhat of a system play if they're going to make it that low, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't even care about the juice on this one. And I would play that at 5.5 if it goes up. 6.5, not that you start to lose. You start to lose me. It's not that you lost me. You just start to lose me. But 4.5, when you're putting up 4 shots, and this is a big man who's also either getting to the line, shooting 1 to 2 threes, not the biggest margin for error, but like they're giving him shots. They've got 8 minutes, 7, 11. I think 7 minutes is his floor. I'm good with it. So we've got that scrolling on the bottom line. Kristaps Porzingis over 4.5 Q1 points. Minus 130 on 365. I would play that up to 5.5 if you get it there. So appreciate you, my boy. Crank Zone with the look. Keep them coming if y'all got them today, man. Some heaters out there. Yeah. And as we say, Thomas, the coin respecter. You are right about that. Wagon is another solid descriptor of that. Let's see. You need Bron over 17.5 points on Prize Picks. Is that his points prop, or is that that's an alt line that you took of some kind? But best of luck there, Orlando. I think you got it. That is true. 5 points gets us there. One bucket, one thry. Why did I say it like that? 80 first quarter points, Nate. I should have taken this yesterday. Was it Crank Zone that took it and then hit, I believe, as well yesterday on the AD first quarter points? Way better matchup, obviously. Now we've got him down to a reasonable number. He was at like 9.5 or almost 10.5 first quarter points yesterday, which was like, I'm good, thank you. And then, of course, he hit it. But that's also actually talking to someone else who's really good in the Discord earlier today, Swish Info. He was telling me that the JJ Redick recently just had another quote in the media saying we're going to play through AD, which is what he said at the beginning of the season. And then AD rattled off like 35 and 12 for like 2 straight weeks. And now we might be seeing him come back. What's he done against this team? So 25.5 head-to-head last year. He got a 40 burger. Was LeBron playing in that game? 40 piece when they lost by 11. I don't even remember that for some reason. Shame on me. 13 boards. That feels pretty doable, bro. Don't really care about the assists, but don't mind adding them either. So where do we go with this? Points 25.5. You can get 24. I figured you could get 24. 24.5 on the points. Let me get out of here. Let's see. He's averaging 25.7 this season, and they're offering us 24.5 against the C's, who are very good defending centers. We should know that. If we go back to FanDuel Fantasy Pros and look at how good they are at defending centers, as far as points go, they are second best. As far as rebounds, they are 4th best. This is not a team that you want to mess with taking the opposing center very often, but AD is not your average opposing center as well. So 11.5 boards is really calling to me. That feels low. Man, how do I get there with this? I mean, that is a lot of green, but let's see. Let's give him the 30. I mean, he's always playing 35, right? So let's just say that this is not a blowout. It's 12.3. How do I get there with it? Minus 110 on DraftKings. Points as well. 24.5. He's going to be a lean for right now. We got to keep moving. 80 is a lean on the totals for both his points and his rebounds, not for the first quarter for me, but I like that. Yeah, it's a good question. Let's look at that for Boston for a minute. Go Films knows about the system play there for when Jason Tatum is playing with Kristaps. He's definitely much better getting boards. Let's see who gets rebounds against this team. Most rebounds against the Lakers center. There's some Kristaps stuff in there. What do we have about power forwards against them? Fewer rebounds against the Lakers. They're much better limiting. So they are actually tops in the league, limiting rebounds to power forwards. Glad I looked at that for a second. Let's see what Tatum has done against this squad in the past right quick. Come here, Jason. Get over here. Rebounds, 8.5 for plus 100. You have my attention, Jason Tatum rebounds. Didn't last year 7 and 8 was Kristaps playing? He was. Damn. All right, no correlation there. We got 13 rebound chances and 17 rebound chances, though. That doesn't make me feel good, though, because that means that he still wasn't getting the boards despite having the opportunities to do that. Man, so let's see some of the recent numbers for other guys like Tatum. We've got Thompson getting 16 boards, Russ getting 7. That's by Props Madness. If you look at power forwards in general, lately they've all been going over their totals, just not very high totals. PJ, Avdija, Draymond, Wiggins, Kuminga. I like where your head's at. This might be a play. Can you drop that as a lean in there for me too, please, David? The 8.5 on our boy JT, even money on DraftKings for him to get over 8.5 revs. That's going to be a lean for right now. Got to come back to that. The benefit of having a late night game is I don't have to bet on this right away. I don't even know if this might get into 7.5, but just so y'all know, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, if you take Jason Tatum and you put Kristaps on the floor with him, he's a better rebounder. It's just that simple. He's averaging more, 10.3 boards per game with Kristaps out there with him. When Kristaps is not out there, he is averaging roughly 8.5. 8.6 boards per game. So with Kristaps out there, he's a better rebounder. It's really with everybody out there, and that's what GOAT Films was implying. I've talked about this. If you look at Tatum, with every one of his starters playing on the floor with him, Drew Holiday, Derek White, Kristaps, JB, and Tatum, and you put them all on the floor together, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take JB, Kristaps, Drew, and D. White, and then who am I forgetting? Jason Tatum. And I put all 5 of these guys on the floor together at the same time. You look at the numbers here. Jason Tatum is at 12.8 boards per 36 minutes. Probably playing 36 tonight against this Lakers squad. I mean, that's what he stays playing. He played 43 with overtime yesterday, so he's playing 38 before overtime. So he's actually closer to 38 minutes in the games that aren't blowouts, right? They won by 37, and against Indy, he played 32 minutes. So that tells you what you need to know. He's over in 11 of 23 now, though. He has had a couple poor games in a row without getting the boards there, to be honest. So it's a little bit of a hesitancy for me. Interesting. It landed in. Are they playing in Chicago? No, they're playing at home, right? So what happened that they landed at home this morning coming from SAC? That's kind of weird. Anyway, the Jason Tatum rebounds system play isn't quite there for me in this one. AD is a look. I mean, Tatum points, JB points, honestly, are both there for me. I think both these dudes get 20 plus tonight. I like, it's probably a good look. And I don't know how to break down Derek White and Drew Holiday, to be honest, or as I call them, Derek Holiday or Drew White. So they're just too interchangeable for me to feel comfortable betting on either of them, if we're being honest. So keep it in the spirit of keeping this thing moving. Let's move it to the next game. Last thing. What's Kristaps rebound at? He's going to be guarding AD. AD is going to be going to the bucket and away from it. There's not very many rebound chances lately, but this is a good matchup for center rebounds. That's what at least drew my attention to it. All right. What do we have left here as we finish up so I can get back to my looks? Chicago, and I mean, I don't really want to touch the Warriors, man. I don't know what's going on. We still got Steph questionable, and we've got Trace Jackson Davis questionable. I don't know if there's been some updates on that. Let me at least check. Okay, and Cole Anthony ruled out. All right, I got to get back in this stuff, and we don't have an update on the Dubs guys. If you're looking at the Bulls, Kobe White, I do not think is going to play, and Ayo Dosunmu, I do think is going to play. So do with that what you will, but I don't think you're going to be getting 16.5 points from Kobe White tonight because I don't think he's going to be playing. Probably more burn for Josh Giddey, maybe Lonzo Ball. So we would look at that. Thing I would be looking at in the last game, I know I'm going quick, but I got to roll. Wizards, Clippers. I would be looking at. Kawhi is going to be a go. I would be looking at Zoo though. I mean, it's hard to get away from a guy playing against the Wizards. I mean, even 5.5 in the first quarter doesn't. You can get 3.5 for shit money, but put your house on it. Like he's going to get 4 points as easy as he wants to. Other guy I'd be looking at on the other side of the ball, obviously Joe Val, when you play against teams that need a center, and I would constitute this game against Zushak, as we call him, needing a center. So keep that in mind. Crank Zone likes some spot up numbers that are good for Lonzo Ball to hit threes in that game against the Dubs, because the spot up shooters are who you want to target against the defense for Golden State. So definitely agree with that stuff. I apologize. We had to speed through this stuff. I wish I could spend some more time on all of it. Hopefully you at least got some leans out of it. I'm going to be back tomorrow with the live show as always. Going to be back tonight with the episode for tomorrow's. It's only a 3-game slate, so we'll be able to do some pretty good deep dives into each game. Maybe I'll try to get Modai or Prop Bomb on, somebody who can like help me with each look. It's actually better for me to have more people on the show with me when there's fewer options, because it's harder for me to break down each player. But give that video a like before you guys roll out of here. Last reminder, if you do want to jump in the VIP, which is where I'm going right now to make sure I can get these plays in for everybody, you can go ahead and sign up for any of the sports books you see scrolling underneath me. And they're also listed in the description of the video. Sign up, use code LYB, and then send me a screenshot showing me that you signed up using that code. You can hit me up on Twitter and Discord. It's at JLBoogie, and we'll get through that stuff. So appreciate everybody as always. Until I see y'all next, happy betting.